Check out my new online store if you want to buy prints, posters, shirts, and more. Hey guys, so today in this video, I'm going to be drawing Zach Wilson from the New York Jets, and I'm going to be drawing him in 4 different styles. So the first style that I'm drawing here is my traditional comic book style. And this is a style that I've sort of developed over the past year and a half since I've started this channel. And the main tenets of this style are, thick outlines. Definitely a big fan of thick outlines. Then I use, a lot of hatching and cross hatching for the shadows and the line work, as you can see here. And then, when I add color, I've been using these alcohol-based markers, and, I put in flat colors for everything, and then I add in, some shadows. And for the most part, my drawings have been backlit, and I think that kind of makes it stand out more and makes it look more dynamic. So that's my style here that I've been doing for the most part that you've seen before. So let's move on to some new styles. So for the second style, I want to do more of a traditional comic book style, and I'm going to keep it just in black and white. And like I said, my style, I don't really use much shadows as far as the ink. For the most part, I only ink on the outlines. But, if you pick up a regular comic book, that's not normally how it is. Most comic books use a lot more inking as far as creating shadows. They'll have, if someone's arm is in a shadow, the whole entire arm will just be black, just completely inked out. So here I'm trying to do something a little bit different than what I do normally. And I'm gonna try and add more ink, have way more hatching and cross hatching to create depth and shadows, because I'm not using any colors, any markers or anything. It's just only gonna be black and white ink. So as you can see here, I'm using a lot more of the shadows from the ink to create those. And then in between, to sort of smooth everything out, I'm adding in a whole bunch of hatching and cross hatching to sort of create the depth and create all of the different folds in the jersey, and make it look more realistic and more three-dimensional. And then of course I'm adding in some lines here in the background. So that's that style. Let me know in the comments how you think it turned out. And then the third style that I'm adding here, it's kind of similar to my style, but slightly different, and that's cell shading style. I'm a big fan of cell shading. I think it's really cool. Like I said, it's kind of similar to my default style. And cell shading is basically where there's no gradients in the colors. There's no hatching or cross hatching in the inking. The inking is just outlines only. And then the colors is basically just flat areas of color. And the shadows are just going to be hard up against each other. I believe cell shading comes from video games and sort of computer technology back before computers were very advanced, and they had very limited number of colors that they could use. So just kind of out of necessity, a lot of video games back in the day used cell shading, and but I think it looks really cool. So sort of one of the things with art is oftentimes you're intentionally limiting yourself to create a specific effect. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Even though I can use gradients and I can use cross hatching, I'm choosing not to, just because I want to try an experimental technique here to see what effect I can get. So I really like the way this turned out. Let me know in the comments what you think about the cell shading style, but it's one of my favorites. I really enjoy it a lot. And then the last style here, I'm trying something completely different than what I normally do, and I'm trying to do some painting with watercolors. So I was at the store the other day, saw this watercolor pack, so I picked it up. And I don't know if it's the best watercolors. It was pretty cheap. I think it was only $10 or $15. So Wouldn't be surprised if the quality is not the best. But, you know, I'm just playing around here. A lot of times with art, you know, just have fun. Just play around, try new things. That's one of the things I enjoy about these drawings where I try different styles, is that I'm not trying to create some perfect picture that I could make a t-shirt out of and sell it or something. You know, I'm just trying to play around with new things, just work on my skills. You know, that's what art is. Yeah, sometimes you produce artwork that, like I said, you could sell, you could make money off of. You know, you could hang on your wall. Other times you're just practicing, you're just trying to learn, you're just trying to get better, improve your skills. And, you know, like I said, try new things. Trying new things is one of the biggest things that'll help you grow. So I tried to do the watercolors here. I'm really not a big fan of how it turned out. You know, this is definitely something I'm gonna have to practice with. The colors themselves were not very rich, they're very faded, so not a big fan there. But yeah, let me know in the comments which style you like best, and if there's another specific type of art style that you'd like to see me draw a football player in, leave a comment and let me know, and I'll catch you in the next video.